entrepreneurs, welcome and thank you so much for joining. If you've been following us for a while, then welcome back to the nerd side. And if this is your first time listening and watching, then hi, I'm Amanda Goldman-Petrie, but you can call me AGP, and I'm an internationally renowned, work smarter, not harder, online marketing coach and founder of MarketLikeANerd.com, the go-to resource for learning how to increase your income and impact without having to work too hard, hustle, or sacrifice. Because who wants to do that? And all this week in my free Facebook group, The Balanced Entrepreneur, I'm going to be sharing with you tips every day about how you can work smarter to maximize your profits while minimizing your efforts. And what I want to talk to you about specifically today is how you can install leverage into your business and create more leveraged offers that will allow for you to make more money with less effort. Now, this is so important because so many entrepreneurs accidentally put a cap on their income. They don't realize that they're doing it, but certain offers put a cap on their income. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs think that if they want to make more money, all they have to do is learn how to get more clients, right? That they just have to learn how to market themselves better, that it's all about figuring out the marketing, right? So they focus so much energy on how they're marketing themselves. And, that's not doing yourself justice. Yes, it's important to learn how to market yourself. I mean, heck, my company is called Market Like a Nerd. Obviously, I care about marketing. But it's not just about how you're marketing yourself. It's also about what you're marketing, the offers that you're putting out there. There are some offers that if you continue to market them and you continue to sell them, it actually sets you up for failure in the long term. Certain offers can be the reason why you become burnt out, the reason why your clients don't get really great results, and the reason why you continue feeling like there's a cap on your income. And other offers will be the reason why you feel like you can keep taking on more and more clients without working any extra. And you can actually scale and sustain your business in the long term. So it's not just about how you're marketing, it's also about what you're marketing and the offers that you're putting out there, okay? So that's the first thing that I really want you guys to get. Don't just pay attention to getting clients, also think about the offers that you're putting them into, okay? So I've got 5 tips for you today about installing leveraged offers into your business and how to create offers that are truly leveraged. Okay, so let's take a look at what those 5 tips are. The first one you've probably heard many people say before. This is the first place that people go to when they talk about leverage, and then the other 4 people kind of forget or they don't know about. No one talks about it. So let's get the one that people usually talk about out of the way, and then we'll get into the new one. So number 1 is shift from one-on-one to a group model. So instead of trying to serve people one-to-one, you want to serve people one-to-many. So if you are a coach, and about 70% of my audience is coaches, the other 30% are other service-based entrepreneurs like virtual assistants and graphic designers. So if you are in the coaching realm, this looks like not marketing your private coaching anymore and shifting to a group platform where you're promoting things like group programs, membership programs, group VIP days. A lot of people talk about VIP days, but they don't talk about group VIP days. I do group VIP days all the time. Very, very leveraged, and VIP days allow you to increase your prices as well. So group VIP days is a great way to kind of shift into a more leveraged model while still maintaining that, personal touch in the way that you serve your clients. So group programs, membership programs, group VIP days, masterminds, things like that. That's if you're in the coaching realm. If you're in the VA realm, then this looks like if you're in the VA realm, it typically is you're kind of serving people one-to-one. But if you do this second tip, it becomes very, very leveraged. So tip number 2. Tip number 1 was shift from one-on-one to group. Tip number 2 is to ditch the customization and start standardizing your work. So if you're a VA, a lot of times you have to serve people one-to-one, right? But what you can do is you can stop customizing work. And this is such a big thing in the VA world where, they have these packages that's just like 10, 20 hours a week or a month. And it's sort of up in the air what is going to be done on a month-to-month basis. You've got all these services that you offer and people can just choose whatever they want in that month. I used to do that model, so learn from my mistakes. What's more scalable as a virtual assistant and a coach, I'll talk about how to apply this as a coach in a second, is to have a standardization for all of your offers where they get A, B, C, and D, and that's it. There's no customization there. So if it's a website project, it's a list of all these things they get for their website. If it's a monthly retainer, there's a list of services that they can choose from, and that is it. Or there's an SOP and template for everything. So you don't want to keep doing custom work. Honestly, administrative services are usually not very scalable at all for virtual assistants for that reason, because they do tend to be so customized. If you're a coach, you can also standardize your services. So a lot of people think that, with private coaching and with VIP days, that is supposed to be very, very customized. But the truth is you can create systems around how you teach your clients. Step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this. And so the process is the exact same, but then within each step, you can customize it to them. It's significantly less customization. So for example, when you get a client on the phone for a coaching call, you should never get onto that call not knowing what the call is going to be about. You should never, from a day-to-day basis, not know what your client is working on and leave it up to them to say what they want to work on that day. You should have a process. You should have a system that you're walking them through. So every phone call has a purpose. Every phone call has a desired outcome. It's standardized. Phone call number 1 is always this. Phone call number 2 is always this topic. Phone call number 3 is always this topic, this desired outcome. There's a system, there's a process for everything. It's standardized. And then you just apply that system to each client, okay? So number 1, shift from one-on-one to a group model. Stop serving one-on-one, start serving one-to-many. Step number 2, ditch the customization and start standardizing your offers so that you know exactly what you are fulfilling and it's not up in the air day to day or month to month. Number 3 is less is more. So when you're creating your offers, it may be tempting to add in tons of trainings and tons of phone calls and tons of bonuses and all these things that you feel add value to your offer. I used to think that too, right? So I'm teaching you through my mistakes. So you don't have to make my same mistakes. Less is more. You don't have to give tons of trainings. You don't have to give tons of access to you. What you do have to do is you have to get fast results for your clients. So design your offers in a way that allows for them to get the biggest results possible with the least amount of effort on everyone. Now, the reason why I used to give tons of content, tons of training modules, tons of bonuses, tons of calls with me, all that stuff is because I was modeling off of other people in the industry. There are tons of really big names out there who have these gigantic 12 module programs and they release it all at once to their clients. And it's it's good for them because then they have all the content off of their plate all at once. And they feel good about it because they feel like they're giving lots of information to their clients, right? So that was the model that that really stood out to me when I first started as a coach. And when I started my first programs, I modeled myself off of that. And they tend to sell well because people like information. They think that's value. But what I quickly discovered about 2 months into doing my first program with that model was that model is so overwhelming for myself and for my clients because it's so much access to me, it's so much stuff that I have to create, so much content, and it's really overwhelming for my clients because they have so much content to get through. They have so many modules they have to get through. They're spending more time getting through stuff than they are actually implementing and taking action. Right? So don't design your your programs and your offers based on what other people are doing. You want to really design them in a way that gets the best results possible. And that usually means less is more. It's not about information, it's not about access, it's not about stuff. You know, the work that you do with your clients is about transformation. It's about results. So only give them what they need to get results as fast as possible. Less is more, and people appreciate it. I actually tell my clients when they talk to me about my VIP days or my group VIP days or my group programs, I tell them I intentionally design my programs so that you don't have a ton of stuff to get through, so that you can get what you need to get your action step, go out there and take action. I want you taking action, not consuming information, right? Okay, so that's step number 3. So number 1, shift from one-on-one to a group model. Number 2, ditch the customization and standardize your offers. Number 3, less is more. And number 4 kind of goes along with number 3, which is to create your offers based on what gets the best results possible for your clients, not what everyone else is doing. I know it's really tempting to, go out there in the marketplace and look at what other people are doing and to just model off of them. And I'm a big proponent of modeling what works. But typically what you're seeing is, what people are publicly sharing is what works for them to make money, what works for them to get their own clients. They're not really talking about the systems that they have to get their clients' results. In the coaching world, business and marketing coaches share their own results, how they're making money all the time. But they don't talk enough about how they're getting their clients' results. They don't talk enough about how successful their clients are, what the ratios are like. A lot of those programs that I was talking about who have those 12 module programs that get released all at once, you'll notice they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients. And how many testimonials do you see from them of their clients actually getting results? If you look at it, it's really not that much. The percentages or the ratios are really off. I go into creating my programs first and foremost with the intention of getting my clients results, and then secondly, making myself money. Clients are always first. So put your clients first over your sales. Put your clients first over what you think you should be doing. That's number 4. So switch from one-on-one to group platform. Ditch the customization, standardize your offers. Less is more. Create your offers based on what gets results, not based on what you see other people doing or what you think you're supposed to do. And then finally, the last tip here, the last step to installing leverage and creating leveraged offers is to ask yourself, if you welcomed 50 new clients into this offer, would it increase your fulfillment time? And if the answer is yes, it's not really a leveraged offer. So if you added 50 new clients today or tomorrow to this offer, would you suddenly feel afraid of how much work you have to do? Would you suddenly be burnt out? If the answer is yes, that's not a leveraged offer. That's not scalable. The idea here is to create offers that allow for you to bring in as many clients as possible and actually still continue to work the same amount. So your income goes up and your amount of time that you're working either stays the same or actually goes down. That's what you want for those offers. So that's why private coaching is usually not a good sort of avenue for coaches to go when they're looking to scale their businesses. It's great for short-term income, but for scaling and really growing your business while decreasing your amount of effort, one-on-one is actually not very effective, because if you got 50 one-on-one clients in today or tomorrow, you'd be a little nervous. It would be a lot of work. VIP days, as much as I love VIP days, I can only handle 1 every week, so 4 a month. That's it. If I got in any more than that, it would be way too overwhelming. Group VIP days are a little bit better. I can handle 5 people in a group VIP day per week. But again, that's still not 100% scalable. Group programs or membership programs, those are the absolute best in the coaching world, because you can bring in 50 clients, 100 clients, 200 clients, and the amount of work that you have to do to fulfill doesn't actually increase. They still get the same trainings, they still get the same Q&A calls, they still get the same Facebook group. It doesn't add any work on your plate to add clients. All right, so ask yourself that question. If I got 50 clients in tomorrow in this offer, would I be burnt out? And if the answer is yes, gotta ditch it. Gotta change something. Again, today we were talking about working smarter to grow your business with less effort by installing leveraged offers into your business. And the 5 tips that we shared for creating leveraged offers was number 1, shift from one-on-one to a group platform where you're serving people one-to-many. Number 2, ditch the customization and standardize your offers so that you have a set scope as to what you are fulfilling and it's not up in the air from day to day or month to month what you're doing. Number 3, less is more. You don't have to give tons of information, bonuses, content, access, all this stuff to add value to the program or the offer, because value comes from transformation and results, not from information and access. All that does is add overwhelm. You want people taking action, not consuming information. Less is more. Number 4, create your programs and offers based on what's best for you and your clients, not based on what you see is out there. Okay? And number 5, ask yourself when you're creating an offer, if I got 50 people into this offer tomorrow, would I feel burnt out? If the answer is yes, you gotta change something because that's not very scalable. Okay, so those are your tips for today. Thank you so much for joining me for today's quick Facebook Live, our first one ever. Whoop, whoop. I encourage you guys, again, to click the button to follow or subscribe so you can get access to all future Facebook Lives. We're gonna be doing 1 a day. I recommend you subscribe because we're releasing 3 a week starting today, and there will be more that come out, so you wanna make sure that you don't miss it, okay?